right, for this morning's class, let's get started with some of our movement patterns. So we'll take 2 lightish dumbbells and we'll start with the forward, forward, back, back movement here. Okay, so let's grab those weights. And standing up nice and straight, tighten the core, good posture. Let's lead with that right foot. So let's go up and back, up and back. Trying to take big steps forward and back. Strong arms even though you have these light weights. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and pause right here. Let's bring those hands into the shoulder area, feet and knees together, get really low here. We're going to tap out 2 times with the right, switch to the left. So side tap, switch sides, side tap and switch. Stay low and reach out. There's 5. Let's go for 20. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more here and breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's bring it up. Good posture again. Forward, forward, back, back, leading with your left. Arms come to the side. Here we go. It's up and back. 2, going for 20 again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more and breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a little pause here. Let's do a second set of those tap outs. So feet and knees together, bend, hands into the shoulders. Start with your left foot this time. 2 taps, out and up, switch. Trying to stay low on that supporting leg. There's 4, shooting for 20 again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last 2. And last one here. All right, good. Bring that up. Take a deep breath. Now let's do a little combo. We'll come forward with the right and back and 2 tap outs. Forward with the left and back and 2 tap outs. So we're going to be alternating sides. All right, a total of 14 reps, 7 on each side. Here we go. It's up and back and tap and tap. Up and back and tap. There's 2. Up, back, low here. 3, tall here, low here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up, back, reach, 10, 4 more. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and up. Okay, let's set these down. Grab a sip of water if you'd like. And then we're going to take it to the floor for 1 set of push-ups, 1 set of alternate shoulder tap planks. If you would like a mat for this part, go ahead and grab it. All right, we're going to shoot for 20 push-ups. Those first 5, I generally recommend you warm them up, and then you can work on increasing your range of motion as your reps go on. All right, you can do these on your knees or feet, your choice, but let's set those hands up. So maybe about a little bit wider than shoulder width. Certainly you have options with those hand positions. You can mix it up. Spread those fingers, straighten those elbows. Now, get on your knees or feet, whatever position you're choosing. Pelvic tilt, shoulder blades up, hips and shoulders square, stomach tight. Let's warm it up here. Bend those elbows. Bring the chest down a bit. Push away, straightening all the way. Inhale down. Exhale up. Down. Up 3. Okay, as you feel your body warming up. 4. See if you can get a little closer to the floor. 5, but make sure you push all the way up. 6. Take a rest if you need to. Shorten your set if you need to. There's 8. 9. 10. 1. 2. Think about stretching the pecs here, contracting as you push away. Stretching the triceps, straightening, squeezing here. Tightening up the core. 5 more. And using those upper middle back muscles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 more. And 5. All right. Walk those hands back a little bit. Shake the hands and wrists out. Maybe lean those hips forward, arch back a little bit. You'll get a little stretch in the front of those hips and quads. And take a breath or 2 here. Now for those shoulder tap planks, you can do this on your feet or knees, but you will have to separate those feet or knees. We're going to try to get those arms directly under the shoulders. Hips, shoulders stay square, stomach stays tight as we tap. Tap, alternating sides, okay? We're gonna shoot for 16 reps. Okay, so let's set those hands up first so they end up directly under your elbows and shoulders. Okay, now get on your feet or knees and separate. Wide stance here. Now let's find a good plank position. Tilt those hips, shoulder blades up, neck neutral. Really brace your spine here. Take your right hand off the floor, tap your left shoulder, bring it down slowly. Switch sides. Up and down. Tap, down 3. Tap, down 4. As you lift that hand up, 5, your body wants to shift. You're fighting that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. Come down onto your knees. Sit back in child's pose for a moment. Stretch those arms out. Take a couple breaths there. Maybe rock side to side a few seconds. All right, let's come on up into the standing position. We're going to take it to some lateral lunges with a shoulder press. So you will need one dumbbell to challenge your shoulder here. We'll step to one side so that you have room to step out to your right. We'll have the dumbbell here. We'll do that lateral lunge here. Come together into a shoulder press. We'll try 5 like this. And then we'll try 5 where we just tap that right foot, loading the left, getting it ready for balance. And then, if possible, you'll try to take that knee right up into a knee lift. Okay, let's first grab that weight for the shoulder press. So we have a total of 20 reps, 5 warm-ups, 5 taps, 10 knee lifts, but you're going to modify if you need to. All right, let's warm it up. Good posture here. Step out, lunge, step together into the shoulder, overhead press right here. Back to your shoulder first, then step out, lunge, come together, tighten the core, press it up. So we're trying to bend that right knee, sit back on that right hip. There is 3. Stretching through that left inner thigh. 4. Control movements here. And 5. Now we're going to warm that left leg up for balance. So try just tapping the right foot, loading the left leg more. There's 1. And lunge. 2. Lunge. Press. 3. And down. 4. And down. 5. If you're ready to go right into that knee lift, go for it. I'm going to tap my foot first. You can join me if you'd like, where you tap, then press. And lunge, tap, then press. And if you feel okay, you don't need to tap. You can try right into that lift. There's 3. And 4. 5. Nice stability. 6. Control. 7. And 8. 9. One more. And 10. All right, good job. Let's set this down, walk around a bit. Move those arms, move those hips. Maybe grab some water. All right, we're going to go directly to the other side in a moment. So let's grab that weight in our left hand. Sorry, right hand. And make sure you have room to step out lunge to your left. All right, good posture here, stomach tight. Let's take that left foot out, bend the knee, sit back a little bit, stretch through that right inner thigh, together into your shoulder press. Lunge and press. Inhale, exhale. There's 3. 4. And 5. If you're ready, just tap that foot now. Let's work on loading that right side more, getting it ready for balance. 2. 3. 4. All right, if you're ready for this next one, you can go right into your tap or right into your knee lift. I'm going to tap first, then knee lift. Take it out. And knee lift. 3, going for 10 here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10, and down. All right, good job. All right, we're moving around, breathing, resting a few seconds, and then we're going back to the floor for our second set of push-ups, second set of planks, but this time we'll do a forearm plank, starting with our feet and knees together, and we'll alternate tapping out our leg for 20 reps. Okay, so make sure that heart rate comes down a little bit before you hit the floor. Take your time. If you're not quite ready by the time I get there, that's all right. Take a few more seconds. All right, let's start setting up here. Now, your push-ups might be warmed up a little bit. So if so, you're going to hit that full range of motion as soon as possible, even if you have to cheat at the end. All right, if you do need a few more warm-ups, take it. Let's get those hands and fingers in position. Get on your knees or feet. Good body position, pelvic tilt, flat back, shoulder blades up. Here we go. Bend those elbows, take it down, and push away. Bend it, straighten it. Inhale down, exhale up. 4, tighten up the core a little bit. 5, and then think about the pecs, upper back, triceps. 7, 8, 9, 10 more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bend, push. 7, bend, push. 8, 2 more. 9, and 10. All right, let's work those hands back. Shake the hands and wrists out again. Maybe push those hips forward, gentle arch back or lean back, and take a couple breaths. All right, let's hit that forearm plank now. Here you want to line those arms up so that the elbows are under your shoulders, not too wide apart. All right, and then get on your knees or feet, pelvic tilt, flatten your spine, shoulder blades up, neck neutral, hips and shoulders square. Let's start with the right side. Tap that foot out just a little bit, bring it back in, switch to the left. Now for this one, as you tap out with your right, you really need to stabilize hard on your left. And then of course opposite. When you tap out on that left, stabilize on the right. There's 6. Go slow. Try to keep the hips square. Try not to let your hips pop up to the ceiling. Out. 9. Out. In 10 more here. Brace. 1. Breathe. 2. Tight abs. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. And 10. All right. Let's come onto those knees again for another quick child's pose stretch. Hips back, arms out, Forehead and chest down. Rock a little bit if you'd like. Take a breath or two here. All right, let's slowly roll up out of that position. And we're coming back to the standing position. Grab water anytime you'd like. Always great to stay hydrated. All right, we're gonna grab 1 or 2 dumbbells or a kettlebell, something heavy. We're gonna do our deadlift here where you hinge, stand up straight, okay? As we hinge, the idea is to get that stretch in the hamstring without any strain in your back. Push through your heels. Use the hamstrings and glutes to push yourself up, okay? Also bracing and keeping those abdominal muscles tight through both the down and up position. All right, let's try to load on this one. So grab a couple weights. Feet are about hip width apart. You can certainly modify that foot position a little wider if you need it. Knees are mostly straight, not locked. They're soft, but mostly straight. All right, draw in the abs first. Squeeze the glutes as well. Slowly hinge down. So that means your hips go back, your chest comes down, looking for a stretch in your hamstrings. Push through the heels, contract those hamstrings, stand up straight. No arching, just hinging down and straightening up. Okay, the whole time your focus is on the hamstrings, glutes, and abdominal muscles. Let's go for 15. There's 3. Inhale down. Exhale up. 4. And how low you go depends on your body. You just want to get that stretch through the hamstrings and that squeeze on the way up. 5. 6. And also think about evenness to that right and left side. Sometimes that sounds obvious, but if you really pay close attention, you might notice a difference. So work that weaker side as equally as possible. There's 8. 9. And inhale. Exhale. 10. 5 more. And down. Up. 1. And down. Up. 2. There's 3. 4. Last one here. And 5. Very good. All right, let's set these down for a moment. Take a little break. If your weights were heavy enough, you need that little break. All right, next. Similar load. You can have the 1 dumbbell in each hand or the kettlebell or 1 dumbbell, whatever works for you. But we're going to go into squats. So if you have the 2 dumbbells, you can either hold them on top of your shoulders or just into your shoulders. We want to relax the head, neck, and shoulders as much as possible. Kettlebell or 1 dumbbell goes into the center of your chest. We're going to warm up our squat, but then we're going to work on getting nice and low. Okay? So go ahead and choose your weight for this one. Find the position with your shoulders, arms, and neck where there's no strain there. About hip width apart, maybe a little wider again. Really focus on pushing through the heels. Glutes and core is what you're tightening. Your quads will automatically work. Good posture. Warm it up. Bend and push. This time we have 20 reps. Warming up those first 5. There's 2. And again, think about evenness on that right and left side. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. All All right, start working on getting a little deeper if you can. There's 6. 7. 8. Push up through the heels, tighten those quads and glutes here. 9. 10 more. Down, up. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one here. And 10. All right. Set that down and take a little rest. Grab some water if you'd like. All right. One more exercise in this similar pattern. We're going to combine our deadlift with our squat. So we'll have our weights or weight. We'll do our deadlift here. When you come up, you're going to bring that weight into your chest and hit that squat. Straighten your arms before you start your deadlift. Keep the arms straight until you're all the way up. And then bring the weights up and do your squats, okay? I'm picky on that movement because we're only using the weights in the arms for our deadlift to load our lower body. So if you're bending your elbows on the way up, then you're adding the load to your arms and taking it away from your lower body. So we'll make sure that we distinguish the difference between the deadlift and the squat. All right, we're gonna do a total of 16 reps. So that's really just 8 of each. So let's grab the weight that you're gonna use for this. Okay. Feet are again in the position that works best for you, but really push through the heels. So the first part is the straight-ish knee. So knees are straight-ish, and go ahead and slowly hinge down. Find that stretch in the hamstrings. Push through the heels all the way up. Bring those arms into the chest. Get your squat here. And straight arms. Take it down. Bring it up. Bring it in. And squat. There's 4. Straight arms. Hinge. Bring it up. 5. Bring it in. And squat. 6. Straight. Hinge. Up. 7. In. And squat. 8. Straight. Hinge. Up. 9. Squat. 10. And hinge. Up. In. Down. Up. 12. One more each way. Hinge. Push through those heels. Bring it in. And squat. And take it up. Good job. All right, we're done with this one. Set that aside for now. Shake things out. Move around. All right, our next exercise, we're going to do a shoulder movement. Arms out to the side. Bring them in front. Back to the side and down. But we're going to do a hard leg exercise with that. So we're going to do a cross lunge. We'll cross that lunge down. We have to hold this lunge while we do this movement pattern and bring it up. We'll do the same leg for 12 reps. Your weights are going to be a little lower because this is a slower, concentrated shoulder movement. And we need to work the balance and stability of that lower body. So we're going to try to keep the hips and shoulders square. So when you do this cross lunge, you're trying not to rotate on a diagonal. You're trying to stay straight, which means this leg is not going to go way over here. If it goes way over here, you can't help but rotate. So this left knee is just going to go behind your right thigh. All right, good posture here. Draw in those abs. Let's try it with that left leg back. So it's back, in, side, and come on up. Go ahead and warm that squat up. You might not even get down to the floor for the whole set. That's all right. Take it where you can. There's 2. And cross lunge, forward, side, 3. If those knees warm up and cooperate, get a little lower. 4. And down, forward, out, 5. And breathe. There's 6. And down, front, side, 7. 8. Bend, forward, side, 9. 10. 2 more. 11. And 12. All right, good job. Let's set these down for a moment. Move those arms, move those legs. Breathe. Let that heart rate come down a little bit. And then we'll do that on the other side. All right, let's grab those weights again. All right, balancing and stabilizing on that left foot. Crossing that right leg back a bit. Good posture. Here we go. Warm it up here. So bend, forward, side, take it up. And down, in, out. There's 2. Good posture. Try to keep that chest and head up. 3. Push through that left heel. Let that glute help you. 4. 5. 6. 7. Nice rhythmic breaths. Try not to hold your breath. 8. That's really easy to do when the exercise gets hard. 9. And down, in, out. 10, last 2. 11. And 12, very good. Okay, let's set this aside. Take a couple breaths, grab some water. All right, we're gonna take it to the floor for 2 exercises. One is gonna be a lateral plank modification, and the other is gonna be a hip exercise, hip glute exercise. Grab an ankle weight just in case you want to use it. Maybe a neck support. Okay. Otherwise, you don't need anything. And let's go on our right side first. So you don't need the ankle weight yet. You don't need the neck support yet. All right, this is an exercise that even if you can do a regular side plank, meaning a level 3 side plank. I would like you to try it, this modified weight anyway. I'm interested to know how your obliques feel with the so-called modification. And I'll tell you some of my theories as we go through the exercise. But first, let's bend this forearm. Bring this elbow under your shoulder. You might even need to bring it in a little bit so that when we plank up, the elbow ends up under the shoulder. Let's intentionally keep this bottom knee bent and take your top leg straight here. And this leg does not have to be pushed back. It can be in front of you. But you are trying to stack your hips. So make sure those hips are forward. Okay, that's key. So that you're not leaning back like this. Hips are forward, shoulders, hips stacked. We're going to be focusing on our right obliques, but we're going to be tightening the whole core area. All right, take your arm out to the side of your body like this and follow me. Lift your right hip up as high as you can, stretch over your head. Really get that hip up. Hold it here a second. Tighten those obliques. Bring it down slow and controlled. Take it up again as high as you can. Hold it and take it down. Okay, now this is considered a modified side plank because we have one leg bent. There's 3, but you know how sometimes I tell you the higher level exercises aren't always the best because you might not be able to hit a really, really good position. I felt when I did this during the week that this allowed me to really focus on just the obliques and not worry about my shoulder or my hips in the wrong place. And for me, I was very surprised at how much my obliques actually felt it the next 3 days, not just 2 days. So I wanted you to try it this way with me, even if you are strong enough to hold a regular side plank, just so that you can let me know what you think. And if it doesn't work for you this way, you know that next time I do this exercise, you know that you're just going to do your regular side plank move here. 2 more. And reach, and down, and reach, and down. All right, take the pressure off your arm and shoulder. No matter what, you generally, unfortunately, feel that tension build in the upper arm. We have 1 more set. This time, though, we'll do the same movement with a straight elbow. So it'll be a high plank, high modified plank. But again, try it with that top knee bent, going up and down. All right, let's set up. Now, if for some reason the straight arm is not your friend, you can certainly repeat this on your forearm, okay? But if you can mix it up, try it. Again, that hip forward stacked is critical. That's how you hit the obliques, okay? Take this arm down, straighten this elbow, spread those fingers, and let's try it. Hips up as high as you can. Hold it a second and lower slowly. Sometimes when we just hold that high plank or regular plank and do this movement, our hip inches down to the floor and takes us out of this rounded oblique position. But when you have the opportunity to go up and down, you can refresh that position on every rep. There's 4. We're shooting for 15. 5. And lift, hold. There's 6. During that hold, really make sure those hips are stacked. Tighten the core. 8. 9. 10. Last 5 here. 1. 2. 3. 4, and 5. Very good. Come on out of that position. All right, we're going to stay on the same side, but I'd like you to put that ankle weight on your left ankle. And then just kind of wiggle that right arm out if it got a little tight again. All right, we're done with the side plank moves. Now you can grab that neck support if you'd like. Find a position where your head, neck, and shoulders are comfortable. Again, we're stacking the shoulders and hips, but we're not propped up here. All right. Now let's take this top leg straight out to the side. Your foot is gently flexed so that the arch of your shoe is touching the floor. And this is a good spot to check that hip position, because if your hips are stacked, you should feel this glute tightening up a little bit. So intentionally squeeze that butt. Now lift your foot a little bit off the floor, still tightening the glute. Pull this thigh into the chest, and then pretend you're pushing away a very heavy box with your foot. Push it out to the side here. Bend it in and push, contract. Squeeze the glute right here. Let's do 5 in this position. There's 3. And then I'm going to have you try a different position with your leg. 4 and 5. Back into the chest. Try pressing out on a diagonal now. Out here. Pull it in and push. Squeeze that glute. 3. So you're not just moving that leg in and out. You're focusing on that left glute. Now, if you can, bring it into your chest and push out in front of your chest, right out in front. Bring it in, push, squeeze that glute. Okay, we're going to do 10 in this position. This is 3. If it gets too hard, you can go back on the diagonal, or you can go back out to the side. There is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now follow me. If you have that leg out there, bring it back to the side, hips forward, squeeze this glute. Very slow pulses. 5 here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. Bring it forward on a diagonal. 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. Bring it forward right in front of your chest, and 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring that foot down, bend your knee, take a breath. One more movement on this side, but only 10 reps. All right, let's take this leg back out to our side here. Hips forward. Lift that leg up a little bit, okay? Now follow me. Lift the leg up, circle it around in front, bring your heel down in front, bring it up again, circle it back out to the side, tap your heel here. There's 1. We've got 10. And that hip is already pre-fatigued, so this should be hard. There's 2. Control it and tap. Control it. There is 3. If you need to take the ankle weight off, go ahead. Tap, up, 4, and lift, circle, lift, 5, up, tap, up, 6, ooh, down, up, 7, oh, come on, leg, tap, up, 8, last 2, up, around, up, 9, and up, around, and up. There is 10. All right, that was fun. Bring that leg in. If you have the ankle weight on, take it off. And then let's do a quick stretch here. Pull that thigh back, hips forward. Just take a breath or 2. You can move this leg a little bit forward and back if it feels good, or you can just hold it. All right, let's try all that on our other side. So we'll start with the planks. All right, so let's set that left forearm up, bending your bottom knee, right leg is straight, hips are stacked, okay? Now we're really focusing mostly on your left obliques, but again, we're tightening the whole core area. All right, let's take that arm down to the side. Here we go. Hips up as high as you can. Hold it there. Focus on your position. Down slow. There's one. And reach, hold, contract, and down. 2. And inhale. Exhale. 3. Focus on your position. Stay stacked. Hip up. 4. Intentionally thinking about those left obliques. 5. 6. Lengthen. 7. 8. 9. 10. 5 more. And breathe. 1. And reach. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Very good. All right. Take a little break off of that arm. Breathe, and then we'll try the straight arm one. Excuse me. All right. Let's try setting this arm up so that our elbow and shoulder are in line with our wrist. Okay. Again, you can bend that bottom knee. Top leg is straight. It's hard to stack the hips in this position, but when you reach up, make sure those hips are stacked. All right, let's get set up here and begin. Hips up, rounding those obliques, and then come back down. And lengthen, and down. Okay, once you lift those hips up, make sure you're stacked. There's 3. And breathe. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Let's shoot for 5 more now. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. You got it. Nice job. All right. Let's shake that out a little bit and grab your ankle weight for your right ankle. Grab your neck support if you'd like. And let's get the head, neck, and shoulders comfortable first. All right. Stacking your shoulders and hips. Let's take this top leg out to the side again. The arch of your foot touches the floor. Your hips are forward. You should already be able to contract that glute muscle a little bit here. Now take the leg off the floor a little bit. Bend this knee. pull it into the chest area. Pretend you're pushing out something very heavy. Contract those glutes straight out to the side here. Bend it in, push and contract. 2, and in, push. 3, 4. Let's try it on a diagonal now. Bring that thigh in, but push out, contract. 1, 2. Focusing on this glute. 3. Good mobility for your knee and hip as well. 4. Now, see if you can get that leg straight out in front of your chest and your abdomen. And push into the chest here. Press. 2, 3, 10 here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now hold it here. Let's bring that leg back. Hips are stacked. Glute is tight. 5 slow pulses here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring it forward a little bit on that diagonal. 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now all the way forward if you can, and try 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and bring it down. Bend that knee. Let that hip just relax for a moment. We'll try our circular leg motion next. Take a breath. All right, let's bring that leg back to the side. Hips are stacked. Foot is up a little bit. Contract that glute. All right, here we go. Take it up. Bring it around in front. Touch your heel here. Bring it up. Circle it out to the side. Touch your heel here. Now you're stabilizing in those hips so they're not rocking all over the place. Just going for 10 reps. There's 2. And 3. 4. Breathe. Tap. 5. 6. 7. 8. Last 2. Up. Around. Up. 9. And up. Around. Up. There is 10. Good job. All right, let's bend that knee in and take the ankle weight off. We're going to do a quick stretch, but one more exercise. So let's grab that ankle again. Pull that thigh back, hips forward. Move the leg around if you'd like. Take a couple breaths. All right, let's take it back to our standing position. We're going to do some lunges with our bicep curls to finish up today. So clear your work area and grab 2 weights that will challenge your biceps. Grab a sip of water as well. All right. You can make this lunge any position that works for you. You can just do a straight back lunge if you'd like. You can do a mini lunge where you bend that knee a tiny bit, or you can work on getting that knee as far down toward the floor as you can without hurting your knees. Working the muscles is fine. Hurting your joints, not so much. All right, good posture here to start. We're going to stabilize on that right foot and take your left leg back. Curl as you lunge. Here we go. Warm it up. No matter how low you know you can go, warm it up a few reps. There's one. We'll do some taps. We'll do some knee lifts here today. There's 2. 3. Keep those elbows close to the side of your body. Squeeze those biceps. 4. 5. Now just try tapping that left foot. Really getting that right leg ready for balance. 1. 2. And breathe. 3. 4. On the next one, try the knee lift or tap with me first. Curl, tap knee, curl, tap knee, or skip the tap if you're ready. 3. And down, up. 4. Control. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Good job. All right, set these down for a moment. Catch your breath. One more set. All right, let's grab those weights. Okay, balancing and stabilizing on that left foot. Good posture to start. Warm that lunge up. Here we go. Take it back, bend a bit, step together. Contract those biceps. There's 2. Push through that left heel. 3, nice, slow, controlled movements. 4. 5, try the tap now. Loading that left side, getting it ready for balance. 1. 2. 3. 4. If you're ready for the knee lift, go for it. Tap first if you need to. And 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Last 2. 9. And 10. Good job. Set this down. We're going to do a couple cool down stretches here. All right, we're going to move our spine as if we're doing a standing cat-cow stretch. So take your arms out to the side here. Knees are bent. Round your upper back. Reach your arms forward. Bring your chin into your chest with your hips forward. Reach forward, stretch your upper back. Now opposite. Arms come up, chin comes up. Arch. Stick that chest out. Round again. Take a breath. Stand up, head up, arch. Let's do that 2 more times. Round, reach, breathe. Stand up, arch. 1 more time. Round, reach. Stand up, arch. Bring those arms down. Knees are soft. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose as you bring those arms up overhead. Reach up to the ceiling. Hold your breath for a second here. Exhale as you bring those arms down. 1 more time. Nice deep breath in. Hold your breath at the top. Reach up, stretch. Exhale all the way down. All right, awesome job today. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Have a fantastic day, and I'll hope to see you tomorrow. Take care.